Hi everybody, Cynthia here. I'm back to share a Pinterest inspired project that I do, collaboration project that I do with my friend Misha at ScrapsandThings1. Hi Misha. This is actually pretty overdue, but we were supposed to do button canvas art, any theme, and I think she did a pumpkin or a fall canvas. But anyway, I'll post a link below to her channel so you can head on over, check it out, show her some YouTube love, and subscribe. But I'm going to share with you what I mean by button art. You can see here, these are canvases, and like, look at this little dog. That's all buttons. And this gorgeous seahorse. I absolutely love that. And there's just a ton. If you just type in button art, you'll see all different, kinds of ways of working with buttons. And I have a ton in my stash, so I figured, why not give it a go. Anyway, this cute little pumpkin actually inspired me. Now, I mean, this one's amazing. They used seed beads and everything in theirs to create the stem, and I didn't use seed beads, but that's the one that inspired me. And this is how mine turned out. So I got this, I'm pretty sure I got this at it was a 3-pack canvas panel. It's a 5x7. I want to say I got it at the Dollar Tree, but it might have been Hobby Lobby. I'm sorry. But it's really thin. It's the super thin canvases, which I thought was kind of cool. So what I did was the blue sky here, I used Distress Ink Tumble Glass, and I just kind of sponged it on. And then when I went like this, I realized it wiped off. So I wiped off in little areas that I wanted it to look kind of white. And then the bottom here for the grass, I used peeled paint. Now, the problem with doing it on canvas is if I went like this, it wiped off, it smudged. So I sprayed it with acrylic spray, and then that way I could, still work with it. And then my hubby drew out a pumpkin for me, and what I did was I painted it. And you could probably see between the buttons, there's orange paint, and then the stem. And that way I didn't have to fill in gaps with beads or anything, because I didn't really want it glittery looking. But when I painted the pumpkin, I went in and glued these leaves on, and then I laid my buttons down. So basically I laid the first set down and tried to color coordinate a little bit. I mean, it's kind of impossible when you have different kinds of sizes and buttons. But my first layer, I just laid them all out, and then I glued them on. And hot glue was not really working for me, so I ended up using just my art glitter glue, and it worked really well. I used brown for the stems, and then I had these leaves I cut out in these little kind of swirly flourishes. To finish it off, I used orange and white gingham button, and then up here I have I am so thankful to have you in my life. That's from one of my stamp sets I have, and I used my cloud dies to cut out the clouds. So anyway, that's how my button art turned out. And this is my first one. I've never done these before, so they're not as easy as you think. I mean, I really had to lay out the first layer and design it and see what buttons fit where, because I didn't want it really bulky. And I'll show you what it looks like from the side. So I really only have the first layer, and then just here and there filled in the gaps with like a second layer. I didn't really want it too puffy. I guess that's a good word, puffy. But I would definitely lay out your buttons first, figure out where you want to go with it, and then start gluing them down, because I did start gluing and then things weren't fitting. And thank goodness the hot glue didn't really work for me, because they came up really easy. And then I redid it again. I laid the whole thing out, did the layout of it, and then started gluing. So anyway, that's what I found out from trial and error. So this is completed. I know I'm still due, I guess on the 13th I had art Rolodex recipe cards due. So I'm going to be working on that, and I will be back to share that with you guys then. And thank you guys so much for watching. Take care and have a great night. Happy crafting.